Hey everybody, it's Ron Jackson here on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. And I'm going to be going live as well on Instagram and TikTok. And just so you know, I'm going to be taking questions and answers. I'm going to play a song. So let me go live actually right now on Instagram and TikTok as well. So I'm going to be taking questions and answers. I'm going to be playing a song called Nobody Else But Me on the 6-string guitar. Then I'm going to switch to 7-string so you can see the difference a little bit here. Let me go live right now on Instagram and TikTok as well. So everybody, I'm going to be taking questions and answers. And also, just so you know, I'm having a sale on my website. And, it's 40% off everything, and it's going to be ending very soon. It's an extended clearance sale. And, please share my live stream with everybody. Just so you know, on TikTok, I appreciate you guys. You guys are you're my biggest fan base. And, please share my, follow me and just share everywhere you can. I'm going to actually be playing the same song on on two different guitars. The difference between playing a 6-string and a 7-string. So let me get started. 7-string guitar. Then we'll take some questions and answers. So here are the different sound completely on the 7-string. Check this out. Okay. So I'm going to take out my new Benedetto. You can ask about this guitar and the equipment I use too as well. Look at this. So this is a completely different sound now with the 7-string. Here we go. So that's the 6 and the 7-string guitars played differently. So let me take some questions and some comments here from my fans out here. Hey, Bill, can you hire me for your next record? I promise to practice. Okay, yes, Bill. Yes, I'll hire you for your next record, and I promise that you'll practice and you'll pay me for my next record. My friend Bill usually just wrote me on YouTube and actually on Facebook, and he's a great saxophone woodwind player, man. Been around for years. Played with George Benson, one of my heroes, and he just texted me, and I really love this guy, and I haven't seen him in years. But let's play soon, Bill. So everybody, this is a question and answer session for all my fans here, and let me grab me something. So if you have any questions about equipment, guitars, anything you like, just send me a question on on a comment, and I'll answer them as best I can. And I'd like to thank all my sponsors. I love this new Benedetto 7-string guitar I have here. If you have any questions about that, the 16B, that'd be great. Starting with how to tune the guitar. What are the first 5 or 10 things a complete beginner should learn before moving on to the next step? Get a teacher. That's what I think. Don't look at YouTube videos all the time. That's what I suggest. A lot of people don't have any idea how they really play until they have a teacher to show them, look, you're playing this correctly, you're doing that correctly. So that's from new gun guy. Well, you have guns. Okay, that's nice. So so I always suggest getting a teacher, and then they could show you at the very beginning what you're doing and what you need to learn. But YouTube and everything is great, all the social media stuff, but you really need to have like a real teacher to show you. And when I was a kid, I didn't have it. I was self-taught, but I had friends that actually showed me, some basics. So when I went to Berkeley, I kind of knew how to play the guitar, not like as good as I wanted to, but you need to have a teacher to show you things, guys. I'm telling you, watching videos, you cannot really judge yourself. You can't say, well, you're playing this note like you're playing a note like that. You're not making any sound. You need to have someone show you. Look, you got to put your fingers the right way. You have to curve your fingers, put your thumb behind the neck, and depending on what you're playing, just all the basic techniques. You need to start with the basics first, and a teacher really helps with that. Now let me answer some other questions. That was great question, guy, new gun guy. Let me look at my Instagram people here. Let me see. Happy Sunday, Indiana. That's great. 955. If you have any questions, please send them your way. I'm gonna wave to you guys. And also TikTok, I'm going to answer your questions too. I always have tons of questions from TikTok. Let me see. I'm going to wave to all these people here on Instagram and see if you have any questions. Please send them your way. Let me see. Any questions on Instagram yet? Coming soon, I hope. Maybe you do. I just can't see them yet. Let me see. I'm going to go with TikTok in a second. Getting there. And please share my live stream, everybody, because and if you don't follow me, please do so. And that'll be great, And let me see. I'm looking here. I'm looking. Someone gave me a heart. That's great. Let me see. No questions on Instagram yet that I see. Maybe there are. Nothing yet. Oh, close. Let me go to Brian. Brian is the best guitar teacher. Great. So who are your favorite 7-string players? Okay. Someone's asking me that on TikTok. Look. Can you see this? Oh man, you can't really. Let me see if I can't really take this off too easily. Look at this. So my favorite 7-string players are on this shirt here. If you can see it, you can see it on TikTok. You can actually see it on my Facebook and everywhere else. My favorite 7-string jazz guitar players are Bucky Pizzarelli, who got me to playing 7-string guitar. Howard Alden, he's great, man. George Van Epps was the godfather of 7-string guitar. Okay, Jimmy Bruno. I saw Jimmy recently at the Rocky Mountain Artsharp Festival in Arvada, Colorado in September, and he stopped playing 7-string. He said it was hurting his fingers. So he said, and he said he hardly used the 7th string. I try to use as much as possible. Okay, John Pizzarelli, Bucky's son. Okay, also Lenny Bro, who played the 7th string with a high pitch A on the first, it's the first string. Of course, Steve Masakowski. Okay, or Steve Haberman. And of course, Ron Eschete, out of California. He's another 7-string player. Or Ron Jackson, if you want. Okay, so those are my favorite 7-string guitar players. Oh yeah. So he was wondering if I had a beginner list. Oh yeah. So someone said if I have a beginner list. You know what? If you're going to learn how to play beginner guitar and you're an adult, complete beginner guitar, that's kind of hard to do. Use some Mel Bay books. Also, there's a book that I've been using recently that I got for one of my students that's Leica. She's a great singer out in St. Louis. I teach her every week, and she's a complete beginner. And if you can start, I've had beginners start with this book, which is a college book, the Berkeley Modern Method for Guitar. You can find that at my Amazon store if you want. Berkeley Modern Method for Guitar. It's a great book. Okay, everybody. So you could actually use this book too to start off with. If you're a kid beginner, you can use these FJH method books that I use for kids. Okay, those kind of books, or the Mel Bay books, they're good. That's for complete beginners. There's another book that I don't have it in front of me because I have it like on a Kindle that I use with my students, and they do mostly chords. But what's good about the Berkeley book is you start doing scales and chords, everything together. So you could save everything right now. All my books like this. I have my Chords at Your Fingertips books right now. If you go to my store, ronjacksonmusic.com/store, you can use BYE 40 and save 40% on everything in my store. Okay, so check it out. So let me take some more questions. Okay, that's and so you can get everything at vinyls as well on my store on my new album. Okay, so let me answer some questions. Let me see. There's two people that have questions here. Are there any instruments other than that I'm interested in playing it besides guitar? Oh, that's a good question. So someone put this question up, and that's a great question. Uh, yes, I mean I have a piano over here. I have banjos, and I play bass too as well, which is a string instrument. And I play some drums, but you know what? It's so hard to keep up with the guitar that I mainly focus on the guitar, especially 7-string guitar. I find it easier to play the 6-string guitar. It's just after playing 7-string guitar, when you play 6-string guitar, except for what I call missing string syndrome, I find that it's a little easier to play the sixth string. So let me take that out for a second. And so when I pick up a 6-string guitar, I find it a little easier just because there's less strings. The only thing I have a problem with when I'm playing 6-string guitar now from 7-string, I have this thing called missing string syndrome. Sometimes I think there's a 7th string down here, so I have to adjust. But physically, it's easier to play. Even though I use these heavy strings here, I use 14s. I use 14s on my guitars, on my guitar strings. Okay, and look at this. You see that? So I use these Labella jazz tapes, and these are 14 to. I use them on this guitar too. So they're 14 to 79 if you play 7-string, and 67 on your 6-string. So I just basically play the same strings. They are nylon tape strings. Okay, and so I find it much easier just to play guitar, a 6-string guitar, because the 7-string, man, you really have to think a lot. Not only about thinking about hitting the notes, but you actually have to it's a different spacing, so you could miss easily on the 7th string. On the 6th string, since I'm so used to it, I've been playing it for years. So I mean, it's a little easier to play on the 7th string. If I'm trying to do that, I have to think a little bit more. Watch this. If I'm trying to play really fast stuff on the 7th string, there's a 7th string there, so it kind of messes you up a little bit. Let me do that right now. I can do it, but it's like weird to play really fast on the 7th string. So I'm still. That's why I don't play any other instruments right now. So what's happening is that 7th string, man. You have to judge your distance more. So it's kind of hard. Okay. Someone said have a nice shirt. Thank you. So that's why I play mostly 6 and 7 string guitar, and I don't really play any other instruments, but I should practice the piano because that's really good to do. So that's a great question. Let me see. Someone had another question here. What type of music do you like to play? Let me see. Cancel. Let me show you. Oh, so I like to play mostly jazz, but I love all styles of music. Actually, I love funk, rock. I started out playing rock. I saw a lot of rock concerts when I was a kid. Actually, I love all styles of music. I love classic. I studied classical guitar a little bit. Brazilian, everything. It's all hard to play and really master well. I think most guys who play guitar or any instrument, they're really good at one thing mainly, and they can play other stuff. But it's hard to find someone who's a rock guy who's really like an amazing jazz musician, or a jazz musician who plays amazing rock. It's just because it's so different. I mean, the whole style. I mean, it's the whole everything's different. But there's some monsters out there that very few guys who are real monsters who do everything. Could do everything, but I think it's rare to find that. So I mean, yeah, I played mostly jazz because I always loved jazz, but I was into rock when I was a kid, and kind of like country stuff. I love all styles of music, country and picking and all that stuff. So let me see. I gotta answer some questions now on TikTok because I'm neglecting my big fan. I have the most fans on TikTok, everybody, just so you know. And I can't let those guys not answer a question. Can you walk and chord at the same time on the 7th string? Of course. Someone's asking me, can I walk on the 7th string? That's what it's all about. Let me see if I can do something. walking on the 7th string, which is very common on the 7th string to walk. Okay, that's a good question. Do I ever rip it up on nylon string? Actually, someone asked me if I play nylon string. I'll show you real quick. I got a 7th string nylon here too. I got all the guitars, everybody, and all the 7 strings. So I got a 7 string nylon right here. I got to tune it up. It's been hanging. Oh no, this is my 6 string nylon. Sorry. Let me get my 7 string nylon. I don't want to drop these things. So watch this, everybody. So someone's asking me if I have a 7 string, a nylon. Here's a nylon. So this is a 7 string nylon. So this is a really great guitar made by Cremona. I'm a Cremona artist. If you ever want to get a Cremona guitar, let me know. I'll get you a good deal. So this is a 7 string nylon, everybody. Look at this. Hey man, how many guitars do you actually need? Oh man, you know what I say, Liam? Someone's asking me how many guitars I need. I need as many as possible. You know, it's funny. I mean, talk about guitars all the time, but we have too many of them. Actually, I just traded one in recently. I have like at least 20 guitars, but you know, I get them a lot from companies directly. Like I have 4 or 5 of these Cremona guitars. So this is a 7 string. So you know, these are nice guitars. Yeah, so this is a 7 string nylon, everybody, that I own. I use this on recordings and stuff too. So yeah, I own all the 7 string guitars. So I also have I don't have any solid body 6 strings anymore, but I have a couple of solid body 7 strings, but they're over here, you know, in my collection. You don't see them, but I have them hanging on my walls back here. So yes, I play nylon, just so you know. Thank you. So yes. Let me see. Let me keep answering. Let me ask you some questions now on TikTok. Wow, as many as your wife can afford. That's a good one. Yes. So everybody, that's a good one. Yeah. So I have as many guitars as my wife can afford. And you know the saying. You know what a musician is who has no wife or girlfriend? He's homeless. That's a dumb joke. Anyway, so yeah. Any question you want to ask me, everybody, just ask me right now. I'm gonna go for probably about 10 or 15 more minutes. Yeah, someone has a nylon gold on guitar Santa. Yeah, guitar Santa. You have a guitar for me for Christmas? Anyway, he said that joke. Now, yes, you know, I tried those go down 7 strings. I used to have one a go down actually. I sold it about 10 years ago, but I need to get another go down. So, well, maybe not. Because I don't know if I need all those guitars anymore. But yes, those go down guitars are great, man. Especially when you're playing live. They have a great sound through the amp, and you know they don't feedback. They're great guitars. They're out of Canada too, so I like Canada. So let me see. Let me keep asking some questions here. Do you know how to get jazz guitars to leave your house? No. Tell me later. Tell me later, Guitar Santa. Let me answer some other questions here. 1 second. Someone says, God damn, you're mad good. I'm trying, man. You know what? Just so you know, everybody, I'm trying to practice as much as I can, but it's hard, man. Too much business, and actually, last year was one of my best years as a musician, and so it's just so hard to keep up with this stuff, all the social media and my Patreon and my stores and all this, and all my fans. Thank you, everybody, for being a fan, and please share my page with all your friends. If you're not following me, please follow me. Let me keep looking at your messages here. And Lenny did some amazing country type stuff too. Lenny, bro, yes. Have you ever enjoyed any metal or anything like that? Of course. You know what? I don't want to show you guys, but I have one of these Bossy 8-string guitars back here. I love Toasting the Bossy, man. He's one of my heroes. I've talked to him on Instagram a little bit. I met him in person when I was in LA recently. He's great. And I love Animals as leaders. They play some crazy music, man, that I need to practice. But I have an 8-string guitar over here that's hidden behind here. And I can't take all these guitars out. I've had this guitar for about a year more, and I haven't taken it. I need to practice it. So tell me to practice, and I'll do it. So I have an 8-string. It's like, if you think 7-string is hard, take a look at 8-string, man. It's a really, really difficult, man. Really difficult for me. And Toasting could go between 8, 7, and 6. And he plays even when he gets to 6, it's like even easier for him. It's like, he's like 6-string is easy. That guy's amazing, man. So anyway, let me keep going. I love Megadeth. Do you like reggae? Of course I like reggae. Bob Marley. I mean, Toots and Maytals, all those guys. Can you walk now? Jinkies must have an 80 on the 7-string. Yeah, someone says this is a 79 on my 7-string, everybody. That's kind of normal. But I need, I don't like, just so you know, if you play heavy strings, that's a good question. You get more of a sound in general, a bigger sound, and you don't need to rely on the amp for your sound. When you play with lighter strings, you need to rely on the amp for more sound because there's less, density of the string. That's normal. That's why Pat Martino, man, he had such a big sound, man. I think he used 15s or 17s, or I don't know. He used heavy strings, I forgot when I studied with him what kind of strings he had. 14s, yeah. When I play 6, I usually feel like something is missing. Oh, yeah, really? So pick up a 7-string. You can take lessons with me. Oh, Steve Haberman's your teacher. Wow. Is that Steve Haberman? No. I didn't know Jimmy played 7-string. Yeah, Lenny, bro. Yeah, I see George Van Epps. Brian is the best guitar teacher. Thank you. Who's your favorite teacher? I use 7 on the low end. So everybody's asking me on my 7-string, I use a low note. So this is a standard tuning: E, A, D, G, E, and A. So it actually is 2 octaves below the A, the 5th string A. And I have to keep this into. So everybody, just so you know, if you're asking me, everybody's asking me what tuner I use. So I use the I use the Peterson tuner. Okay. It's the strobe tuner. You see that? So that's the A note, kind of. I have imperfect pitch, just so you guys know. And these are great tuners. They're the best tuners. And I'm one of their artists. I have the Seymour Duncan hat on. So anyway, I'm one of their artists, and they're great. And they make the best clip-on tuner. They're expensive, but they're the best. So you can go to my Amazon store and check it out. The Amazon clip-on tuner. Go to Amazon.com/store/Ron Jackson Music and you can get this. They're like $85, but they're worth it. This newest model has a long-lasting battery, and it's the most accurate tuner you can buy. So these are great. So look at this. So this is a low A. So with the low A, you can get really cool sounds. You can double. You get that low sound. And what's really cool, you could do the Slam Stewart bass lines like this. So you can do those low fifths on the bottom of your guitar, okay? Like Slam Stewart, the bass player, he used to sing those things out. Now, someone has a question here. Has it been hard to stay afloat in terms of being a jazz guitarist in this day and age? I would imagine social media helps, but in some way, I think it's also more difficult. You know what? Just so you know, everybody, someone's asking me a question: is it hard to stay afloat as a jazz guitar player? Yes, it's hard to be a jazz guitar player, um, but you can do it. It just takes a lot of work, and that's what I love to do. And I appreciate all my social media followers. And it's been really good for me to have all the social media people following me on social media. But you know what? I like to perform, so I've been touring more and booking stuff overseas and all over the country. You can't just do social media. You got to have live events and other things happening as well. So I'm also involved with teaching, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm trying to mainly do um, bigger performances and events, and as well as doing my social media and doing my own business with my, for example, I'm doing a lot of stuff with my website. So I have my books. I'm going to be doing ebooks soon, everybody, of all my licks, like these type of licks, like the dominant, all the licks that I sell on my website. I'm going to be putting a book together, so check that out. I have those already on there, but I'm going to be putting a book together with those different kinds of things like chord melody and all my favorite jazz guitar riffs, picking techniques. I do a lot of my own business stuff like that. So you got to think like rappers, everybody. Kanye West, all those guys. They don't only do music, man. They do like clothing lines. So I have my shirt back here. If you see my shirts, I'm gonna do hats soon. It's all on Amazon too, so check it out, everybody. I have my own Amazon store at Ron Jackson Music. Okay, so you can't just do just jazz. I think that's the problem that I think with jazz musicians aren't great at marketing themselves. You have to market yourselves too, as not just with the jazz with playing. Of course, you have to be a great player. I think, you know, and I think that I think a lot of guys jazz musicians shun the aspect of marketing and all that and selling things. I think it's a very important to actually do all kinds of other things. Um, so I don't only focus on playing jazz. Of course I play jazz, but I focus on the business as well. Okay, so it's very important to do that. That's a great question. So yes, it's difficult to be a jazz musician, but jazz is only less than 1% of the market. So I try to reach people who don't listen to jazz. That's what I'm trying to do. Not only jazz musicians, and I think in general, I think musicians don't support other jazz musicians in general. I think it's other people that do. So you know what I mean. They'll say, "Hey, man, you play great" and all this other stuff, but will they buy something from you, or will they take a lesson with you? Will they come to your concert? Most likely, no. So a lot of us are busy. Like sometimes I go see concerts, but sometimes I'm working, so I can't. So I think it's important to reach across the aisle too, and have different people follow you. I don't know what your opinion is, everybody, but you can save your opinion too on here. Let me see what other questions there are on my Instagram, because I haven't talked to anybody on Instagram in a while. And just so you guys know, I have to teach in about an hour with a student I met on Instagram, who's been like a great student of mine. He's probably watching right now. His name is Chris. Okay, out of Colorado. Okay, Chris Adams, and I helped him get into college. And he met me on Instagram during the lockdown. And I helped him audition. So I help with that kind of stuff too, if you want to get into that. And he's been, exactly, skills, networking, and holding yourself over and over. I like this guy, Indiana. Yes, you know what I mean. Like you got to think about those guys like Kanye West. Who's the other rapper? All those guys, P Diddy. Those guys, man, they don't make money just playing music. They make money. Oh, thanks, String Snare, for your donation of $10 on YouTube. I appreciate you. Let me feature you. I appreciate you. Oh yeah, thank you. Thanks for your donation on YouTube. And if you want to donate as well, everybody, for my questions and advice, just do so here, or go to Ron Jackson Music everywhere on PayPal. Cash App. It's all Ron. Everything is Ron Jackson Music. Just follow me, or whatever you want to do. So yes. So those guys are really smart. You got to think like that. You got to think. What are these rappers, man? They're not billionaires from like just rapping and doing concerts. They have like They have like Ciroc line. I think that's P Diddy. You know, the Yeezy or whatever, whatever. Kanye, yay, whatever. He has all kinds of stuff that he sells. So he's a great guy, man. For that stuff, I mean, we have some political differences, but who doesn't? So, but otherwise, I mean, he's great. He's great at marketing himself. Yeah, yeah. No, thank you for putting yourself. I see you grinding here for a long time, and I really appreciate someone mastering their craft. Yeah, you know what, everybody? I try to master my craft, but I try to do good quality stuff. My posts, I really think about them. It's really important to put that up there. Someone said play some AC/DC. Look. That's some AC/DC on the 7th string with 14s on top. That's kind of hard to. So the problem with the guitar, man, when I bend those strings, I had to get my friend out called tuning, the tuner, because these strings go out of tune really easily on this guitar for now. It's a brand new guitar, but I do bend the strings on the 7th string, just so you know. So let me keep going. Let me answer some questions. There's a bunch of questions everywhere. Let me see. What? Did someone make a comment? What's the comment? Oh, someone. Okay, someone texted me on the computer or private chat. Oh, I don't know where that is though. Oh, hold on. Someone sent me a question here. Hold on. Let me look at it. Now, while I'm doing that, let me look at these questions right now on Instagram because I haven't been like answering. Hi, Ron. Someone said hi, Ron. Jor Prenesti. Let me say hi. Oh, hey. Hi from Argentina. Okay, great. Thanks for the live, Ron. You're welcome. Gonna check out the books. Great, Sharky. Sharky335. Hey, man. Oh, man. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Isaiah, is that Isaiah Sharky? Man, one of my favorite guitar players, man. Amazing guitar player. Just so you know, Isaiah, if you're watching, one of my students was a big fan of yours years ago before I knew about you. Was Ray Gorin. Check him out. He's a young guitar player that lives in the LA area. And he was a big fan of yours, like when I was teaching him about maybe 10 years ago. So, I mean, I love your work, and thanks, Isaiah's talking about my book, Chords at Your Fingertips. Go check it out, everybody. Let me see. Someone's asking me a question here. Oh, yeah. So I have a book on Slam Stewart bass lessons on my website as well, okay? So this is my book, Chords at Your Fingertips. I actually have 3 books on acoustic guitar, everybody. But the 2 other books are not, they're on the acoustic guitar website. One is about guitar picking techniques, and one is about scales. So, but the physical book you can actually get from me on my website. I can sign up for you, and I'm in person. Okay. So let me say, yeah, Isaiah, man, you're one of your big fans. Yeah. So someone's asking about a Slam Stewart lesson. So when I'm doing the bass lines like this, I have a lesson about that on my website. Go check it out, everybody, okay? Yes. And on the album, I do it a lot on my new albums, Standards of My Songs on my vinyl, okay? So you can check out my walking bass lines and my arrangements like this. Like on my new album, I do this. Watch it. So that's a 7-string arrangement with my Slam Stewart bass lines. Okay, so I like that arrangement. That's the song called "Will You Still Be Mine." It's my arrangement with a Slam Stewart kind of bass line like this. So I go. I have that. I love to use that 7th string when I can in my arrangements too, especially when it's a trio. So that's another way you could use a 7th string on the guitar. Let me keep asking some questions now. I have tons of people trying to ask me questions here. Let me see. Let me go down. Oh, 1 second. Uh-oh, let me go back down. Wave. How you put that down? Uh-oh. Good. Oh, drop D. So someone's asking me what this note is again. Yeah, you're welcome, Isaiah. Thank you. I love your playing, man. And I'm sorry I missed you in New York recently when you played, but let me know. Send me a message when you're back in New York playing, or if I'm on tour. I'm going to be in the West Coast in a couple of weeks. If you're in Bay Area, maybe I can meet you. So yeah, so this is a low A, everybody. It's not a drop D. Okay, this is a 7th string guitar with a low A. Doubles this note, okay. It's really good for things. Let me see. See if I can do that right. Here we go. See? So I'm playing giant steps on my 7th string, but it's tricky on the 7th string, man, to even play giant steps because all the notes are so different. I find it easier to play giant steps on a 6th string because of the missing string. I have to throw that bass in. Ah! Okay, yeah, so let me keep going here. So yeah, that's a 7th string walking on the giant steps. I have like a lesson about that too. Let me wave to some people here. Thank you for watching, everybody. It's a happy Sunday, and I'm taking questions. So I'm going to go for a little bit longer. Then I have to take a break, and I have to teach somebody that I actually met on Instagram here too, a student. So if you're interested in studying, and also I appreciate my friend String Snare for giving me a donation. That chord was meaty at the end. Thank you. What do you think about flat wound strings? So someone's asking me about flat wound strings on Instagram. I mean, on YouTube. No Name is his name. Let me see. Before I answer that question, the strings I'm using are flat wounds, everybody. So this 7th string set, or the 6th string set, if you're playing 6th string, are Labella jazz tapes, and these are actually, if you look carefully, these are flat wound strings, except for the 7th string, because it's hard to make a 7th string that's flat wound. This is round wound. Everything else is flat wound except for the first 3 strings, of course. So these are actually, you know, nylon taped flat wound strings. Okay, so they are. Let me see something. Okay, good. Let me see. Putting yourself on YouTube. Thank you. Oh. Now let me go over here and answer some questions right now. Thank you. So that's I love to use. Hey Robert, Happy New Year. Robert Madio. Hey, are those tape wounds? I love tape wounds on my bass. Yes. So these are tape wound strings, everybody. They're nylon tape wound strings. So you know what? Everybody asks me the same question all the time on Instagram. Everywhere they say, "What kind of strings are those?" They're black. I mean, I have like, I don't know how many videos I have answering that question, but just take a look at my feed. I know it's hard. We get so much information. If you go back in my Instagram feed and all that stuff, YouTube, you'll see I talk all about these nylon tape strings. I have a whole video about it. It's just like so much. So just, yeah, check it out. Now, thanks for the live. You're welcome. Let me keep on. Going to check out the books. Thank you, Sharky. Let me go over here. I'm going to answer some more questions. I've got to answer some questions now on TikTok because, you know, I'm leaving those guys behind. Let me go over there. Do you use melodic minor scale in your to play outside? Of course. So someone asked me if I use a melodic minor. Of course. So like a good example is if I'm playing. Let me get my 6-string out. I'd like to thank D'Angelico for this great guitar. The 6-string D'Angelico Premier XL1. Okay. So someone's asking me if I play the melodic minor. Sure. So let's say I'm playing like a B7 flat 9 sharp. So I use a melodic minor. So you get the alters good. See? So I use on the altered chords. I like to use the melodic minor on a dominant 7th. Let's just say a C7 flat C7 sharp 11 with a natural 9, an unaltered chord. So I'm actually using a G melodic minor. So I'm using a G melodic minor there, okay? On the C7. I use it a lot actually. On a Locrian, natural 9. That's a C melodic minor. So that's a Locrian natural 9 scale. So it's like a Locrian scale with a raised 2. They also call it Locrian natural 2. Of course, you know, when I play these scales, everybody, just so you know, I don't only play the scale, I use like bebop phrases using the scale. So I'm using more of like passing tone. So I'm using passing. So yeah, so I'm using you know, melodic minor there in that situation, you know. And so yeah, so if someone's playing like let's say they're playing a regular G7. If I want to take it out, I use A flat melodic minor, which makes altered. While they're doing the regular chord, I'll play alter like that. So that makes it more interesting when you're playing. So when you're a jazz musician, we always use reharmonization or substitution to play outside. I've been using the harmonic minor scale a lot recently because I wasn't using that as much. So when I was studying with Barry Harris in his classes, you know, rest in peace, Barry. He talked a lot about the harmonic minor. So I've been using harmonic minor a lot for reharmonization. So that's a great thing to do. Yeah, this is a beautiful guitar. Thank you, D'Angelico. You know what? I found out. Let me drink some coffee. This has been a great question and answer, everybody. I'm having a good time, actually. So let me have some coffee. So Barry Harris got me into the, you know, was into harmonic minor. So I've been working on the harmonic minor modes, yeah. Because, you know, one time, you know why I've been working on them too? I wasn't working on them as much as I'd like to. One time, you know what kicked me in the butt was when someone walked up to me. Someone on Instagram said, "You know your harmonic minor modes." I was like, "Oh, I do, but I don't know them as well as I should. Thank you." So let me practice them. So you know what? You always have something new to learn. So so I like to use the harmonic minor a lot in my solos too. So if I'm playing like a A7 altered, now Wes did this month less longer. He would play an A harmonic minor. No, sorry, he would play the harmonic minor of the chord you're going to. So if you're playing A7 flat 9 or sharp 9, you're going to a D minor or major. So he would do this. So you could play an approach chord that you're playing. You could play a D harmonic minor over this. You could do that reharmonization, okay, everybody? So I've been using that a lot in my solos. And Barry would have us practice it like this. I'm going down in octaves, going up. I'm going octave to octave of the mode of the scale. He would have us do in class. It's a great exercise, actually, to play that melodic minor. I mean, the harmonic minor up the scale octave to octave, and you're playing each mode of the melodic minor. So I like to use melodic minor a lot. Like, so you're playing a C major 7. You can play a C major 7. You can play a melodic harmonic minor over that, which gives you what they call Ionian. They call it an Ionian raised flat 6. They call it. So that's actually a melodic minor, a harmonic minor. So I like to throw in those things when someone else is playing, a regular chord. That's just reharmonization. We call it substitution. I'm thinking another chord there, like an A major, 7 sharp 5. Oh, sorry. While they're playing this or this. Okay? So that's a great question. Someone's asking me, do you still transcribe songs you like, or is it mainly developing my own sound and music now? You know what? Someone's asking me if I still transcribe. Of course, I do a little bit, but I'm trying to develop my own sound too. But you know what? I want to transcribe everything. Everybody's playing such great stuff, man, but I don't have time. That's the main thing. I don't have time to practice like I used to. So that's a great question, Rap Master Apple. Oh, sorry. String snare. And again, thank you everybody, for watching. And if you're enjoying what you hear, you can go to, you can actually go to, here on Instagram, and you can give gifts also on TikTok. But on Instagram, I forget what it's called. You can just actually give a gift while I'm actually, I'm on here talking, or if you text PayPal or whatever on Instagram, it sends you to a link where you can actually give me a donation there. But let me answer some questions now on TikTok because I haven't answered in a while. Let me see. I have like 28 messages. Let me see. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, let me go to the top of the list here. Okay. Any BB King jams you got? BB King. Let me see. Thrill's gone. I mean, this is really a question and answer kind of thing, more than request session. Loving the jazz. Thank you. Affirmation. That's great. Great playing. Thank you. Affirmation is a great tune, actually. So this is not a Gretsch. This is a D'Angelico, and my other one's a Benedetto. Let me show you that seven string Benedetto. It's a 16B. Let me get that for you guys. I just found out. I don't know if it's. I think it's true. Someone said that this guitar is called a Benedetto. This is a Benedetto 7 string. Look at the headstock here. Can you see that? Oh, I gotta wipe this. See that Benedetto? So that's a Benedetto 7 string. Okay, can you see that on TikTok? I guess you can. Okay, and this is so I'm using a D'Angelico on Benedetto. Just so you know, Benedetto was taught by D'Angelico, the original guy. This is not like a real, one that was made by D'Angelico himself. This is like the stock model from that's made in Korea through D'Angelico America. So I mean, and I'm one of the artists. So this is a great guitar right here, but this was made by this guy studied under Benedetto. I mean, under D'Angelico. So that's a great question. What's the difference between the top, lower top string? That's a low A, just so you know. Okay. Um, Let me see. There's other questions. What's my favorite guitar? I don't have a favorite guitar, but I think this one right now is for now. Let me keep answering. I see George Van Ed, Lenny Bro. Yeah. Let me keep going. 14s. Let me keep answering questions. Can you play some reggae, please? Hello from Rapid City. It's brutal, man. I don't know where you find the energy for all this. Pay for pizza. You know how to get a jazz music guitarist to leave your house? Oh, God, the guy has questions. Someone's asking some questions here. Let me keep going here. I'm having a bass with the guitar. Someone's asking some questions here. Do you improvise or pre-arrange mostly? You know what? It just depends. I have some real arrangements for some songs, Like, here's a real arrangement. So I almost forgot. So this is a song called More Than You Know. So I actually have a 7-string arrangement. So this is a real arrangement that I wrote. It goes like this. So that was actually an arrangement. So the melody is like this. That's More Than You. It goes like this. So what I did is I took that melody and I went like this. I put the 7-string arrangement. See what I did? So the most important thing when you're playing these kind of arrangements is that you know how to play the melody first without the arrangement. Because some guys, they'll play the arrangement, but they don't know how to play the melody and vice versa. I'm guilty of that. I think the most important part of a song for all you guys to know is that the melody is the most important. Because you know why? I did a TikTok and a post about this because you could be like Elon Musk and not know the melody. But if you play the melody, I mean, so Tesla's and SpaceX, but if you play his melody wrong and he doesn't play any music, he'll know it. So you got to know your melodies, guys. it's very important to know your melodies and know how to play them clearly. The melody is the most important thing. I used to hang out with Buddy Montgomery, and he used to get on my butt about the melody. And the melody is the most important thing. So when I play a melody wrong, I hate myself, basically, because the melody is the most important part of a song, actually. So, because everybody knows the melody, you could be like like a farmer or a rock climber, and you play your melody wrong, man. They'll be like, "What? He played that wrong, man." This will play anything, So that's very important, guys. Let me see. When do you normally stream? This is fascinating. I'm really enjoying this. You know what? I got to stream more often. Someone said, Rat Master Apple said I got to stream more. So yeah, I got to stream more in general, but it's hard to do all this stuff. I should just put my camera on when I'm playing live and just stream as well. But to answer questions, I'm trying to do this once a month right now. So I'm trying to make an effort. I'm trying to do the same day, but sometimes it's hard to do it the same day. So like the same day every month. But yeah, I'm trying to do that more often. Now, okay, let me keep answering some questions here. Having a bass on the guitar. As a metal musician, I usually think of us being the only one that uses 7-string. So just so you guys know, they used 7-string guitar in jazz before they did metal. Just so you guys know, it's a fact. George Van Eps, the godfather of the 7-string guitar. Let me see. I have one of his books here. Take a look at this book. Oops, sorry, man. I just hit my guitar. Uh-oh. It's okay. Look at this. George Van Eps, the guy who wrote this book. See this? He started playing the 7-string guitar in the 40s. So was metal around back then? I don't think so. So, and also the 7-string guitar, guys, is not new. The 7-string guitar has been around for centuries. It was invented like around the same time, not when the guitar actually started, but it's been around for a long time. Just take a look at go to my favorite encyclopedia. Go to Google and Wikipedia. The 7-string guitar has been around for a long time, and they used it in jazz first, and then metal and everything else came after. Just so you know, okay? Because metal hasn't been around that long. You have to wait till like the 60s and stuff like that. Okay, just so you know. So study your history. I looked it up on Google, but actually George Van Eps was one of the first people to put it. He actually put a 7-string on his guitar, but the 7-string has been around for centuries, actually, guys. So just so you know. Okay, now, yeah, started 7-string. George Van Eps. Google him. Someone said that. Oh, Malachi. Yeah, he's right. And yeah, he started playing the 7-string with an EA. Yes, this guy's right. Guys. Malachi. Is that Malachi, my friend Malachi? Just making sure. Yes. So 7-string's been around for a long time, everybody. Well, I can't see it being beneficial in jazz as well as having a triad on top of strings. I can see it being beneficial in jazz. You could do all kinds of stuff with a 7-string. Listen, man, if you haven't checked out George Van Eps, you know who I was talking to, everybody? When I picked up the guitar recently, he mentioned George Van Eps was Tosin Abasi. Tosin Abasi mentioned him first because I tuned mine to a low A string. He used to practice George Van Eps arrangements for 7-string with the low A. And so, if you're really a heavy metal person or a metal person, you have to know George Van Eps because he's one of the godfathers of the 7-string, and even Tosin Abasi checked him out. So you got to know your history. You got to go back in your history. Everybody, rock, jazz, and go back in your history and check that out. Let me see. That's all. I mean, that's a fact. Okay, so audition. I'm auditioning in Minnesota for Allstate. Any advice? Someone's asking if they're going to audition. So if you want to audition, help someone to audition you. And I'm good at that. If you want to contact me about auditioning, I'm doing a sale right now. We can prepare you for your audition. Just use buy 40 on my website, ronjacksonmusic.com, and we could do an audition package, and I can help you get into college. I've helped many people get into college, actually. So yes, I can't give you any advice right now because I got to see what the audition is. You can't just go on the internet. Hey man, I'll give you advice, and I don't even know what you sound like. You need someone to see you play and see what you need to work on. You can't just ask somebody on a live stream about that kind of stuff. You need one-on-one help with that kind of stuff. Yes. So get someone to help you with the audition. Oh yeah. I just got you got a #1 gifter badge. Thank you. Thank you, Santa Rose. Thank you. Do you like Muddy Waters? Sure. Is that all you play is jazz? Oh, I play more stuff than jazz, actually. Someone's asking me that question. That's a great question. But yes, I play more than jazz. Play Norman Brown. Oh, yeah. I'm answering questions mostly. Oh, I'm almost at 900. Oh, someone's asking about 900. Okay, cool. Let me keep answering these questions. Hey, Ron, I'm the pianist from Yakov's live concert in Queens. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Thanks for watching. What's your name again? From Yakov's friend, pianist. Um, I just played with this great piano player, young guy. Someone's asking me, is this a 7-string? Yes, this is a 7-string. Okay, so you know what, guys? I'm going to get going here in a minute. I've been on for a long time. I have to go teach, actually. So please follow me. Please share my live stream. This was my question and answer. I'm going to turn off my amp now and get going. I have to teach somebody at 2 o'clock, a student I met here on Instagram, on social media. And if you want to study with me, go to my website, ronjacksonmusic.com, okay? And definitely, get a lesson. I'm having a sale right now. It's buy, BYE, 40, and you save 40% off, okay? If you want to donate, just go to Ron Jackson Music at PayPal. Or if you're on YouTube, I'd like to thank someone who actually gave a gift on YouTube automatically. I appreciate it, a string snare, he gave a gift. And, you can give, I forget what they're called on Instagram again. You could actually give directly on my Instagram feed here a gift. But, I hope I answered your questions. And I'll be doing more live streams. I might let this live stream, on my Instagram channel. I might keep it on my channel so you could watch it after. But I answered many questions that are very important about music and about being a professional musician. So you can watch this on YouTube definitely too, because I'm leaving this on YouTube. So I appreciate everybody watching and supporting me and supporting live music and supporting us musicians. Come see me play live when I perform out. I'll be playing in the New York City area. I'll be on California in a couple of weeks. Follow me everywhere, Ron Jackson Music. And, I try to give the best advice I can about all subjects that I think I know about. And I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be recording a new album soon. And it's going to be fun. And we'll see you guys very soon. And thank you for making my last album the top 100 in the Jazz Week charts in 2022 and making got to number 10 on the radio charts in the United States. This album right here. So, check it out. It's in vinyl and CD and everywhere on streaming. Standards of My Songs. And this album was number 10 on the radio charts in 2022 and top 100 in the United States for the jazz charts. Number 69 out of 100. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. And keep in touch. And I'll see you. And I'll have some cool posts coming up soon. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Rat Master. Bye-bye, everybody. See you guys soon. Oh, yeah, second. Let me see one thing. There's one question here. New stealth picks, like someone's asking me about picks real quick. I'm going to answer one last question. I use these Jim Dunlop picks and Pick World picks that are made for me, Ron Jackson model picks. You can get them on my website. Just a regular teardrop heavy pick, and also down to extra heavy. The purple one here is extra heavy. Let me put that up. This one, and this, I use medium for funky and rock stuff because it's too hard to play really fast funk stuff with a pick that's too thick to me. Okay? So those are the kinds of picks I use. I use heavy strings and heavy picks for that big sound. Okay? So guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. Let me see if there's anything else. There's so many questions on TikTok. My favorite trombone player, huh? Hey, my favorite trombone player is Clark Gayton, and he's like he's in the hospital right now recovering from a stroke. So he's on my album actually. He's on my hit song called Roundabout that was on the Spotify playlists, top jazz Spotify playlists. So Clark Gayton's one of my favorite trombone players. So everybody, keep in touch and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye. Thank you. Let me end the